Picture a world in flux, a time of great change and conflict. This was the era Alexander the Great was born into. It was a time when the mighty Persian Empire towered over the land, casting a long shadow over the fragmented city-states of Greece. Power struggles were rampant, the air thick with the scent of ambition and war. Yet amid this chaos, a beacon of hope was about to rise. Into this tumultuous world, in the year 356 BC, a child was born who would change everything. Born to Philip II of Macedon and Olympias, young Alexander was destined for greatness. From an early age, Alexander was steeped in the lore and knowledge of his people, his mind shaped by none other than the great philosopher Aristotle. Under Aristotle's tutelage, the young prince honed his mind, learning about everything from politics and philosophy to science and the arts. When Alexander was barely out of his teens, a seismic shift rocked his world. His father, Philip II, was assassinated, thrusting the young prince onto the throne. The kingdom was in turmoil, but Alexander, with the wisdom of Aristotle and the courage of his father, seized the reins of power. He quelled rebellions, unified his people, and began to look outward, his eyes set on the vast expanses beyond his kingdom's borders. By the age of 20, Alexander was king, but his ambitions reached far beyond the borders of his homeland. Alexander's reign was marked by an insatiable desire for conquest. His thirst for expansion and dominance led him to wage war against the mighty Persian Empire. Against overwhelming odds, Alexander's strategic genius shone bright. At the Battle of Issus and again at Gaugamela, he turned Persian numerical superiority into a liability, using swift, decisive maneuvers to scatter the enemy and claim victory. After toppling the Persian Empire, Alexander turned his eyes to Egypt. With his trademark speed, he liberated Egypt from Persian rule and was hailed as a liberator. Here he founded the city of Alexandria, a jewel of knowledge and culture that would endure for centuries. Yet Alexander's ambitions were not sated. He pushed eastward towards the exotic lands of India. Despite the unfamiliar terrain and fierce resistance, his army, hardened by years of relentless campaigning, proved unbeatable. The Battle of Hydaspes was a testament to his unyielding will and tactical brilliance, even in the face of adversity. Each victory, each conquered city, added to the growing legend of Alexander. His strategic acumen was unparalleled, his speed of conquest unmatched. Through a blend of audacity, innovation, and sheer force of will, he shattered the bounds of the known world. In just a decade, Alexander had created one of the largest empires in history, but his journey was far from over. Alexander the Great was not merely a conqueror. He was a force of nature, reshaping the world as he passed. In the year 323 BC, the world lost one of its greatest warriors. Alexander the Great, a legend in his own lifetime, was suddenly taken ill in Babylon. Aged only 32, the king who had conquered vast swathes of the known world was suddenly facing a battle he could not win. His strength and vitality, once the dread of empires, gave way to fever and weakness. As his condition worsened, the invincible conqueror was reduced to a mere mortal, his life slipping away amidst the opulence of his palace. The mystery surrounding his death still perplexes historians. Was it murder or natural causes? The truth remains elusive. His untimely demise created a power vacuum, igniting a scramble for control among his top generals, the Diadochi. Alexander's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy was just beginning to unfold. Alexander the Great's influence echoes through history, shaping the world as we know it. The vast empire he built brought about a fusion of cultures, a phenomenon known as Hellenistic culture, which enriched the world with a blend of Greek, Persian, Egyptian, and Indian influences. This cultural diffusion was not just about art, philosophy, and science, but also about the way people saw and understood the world. Alexander's legacy can also be traced in the cities that bear his name. The most famous of these is Alexandria in Egypt, a city that became the intellectual and cultural center of the Hellenistic world and the beacon of learning, housing the renowned Library of Alexandria. In the military sphere, his strategies, such as the use of the phalanx and cavalry charges, are still studied and revered in military academies. Even over 2 millennia after his death, Alexander the Great's impact is felt in every corner of the globe. A testament to a life truly lived, a world forever changed.